Bethaina, thank you for being here today.
Of course. Thank you, Theresa, for having me.
Yes, I'm super excited about today and to get a chance to talk to you. A realtor, a mom.
Yes.
All the things. So let's start off with who you are. How did you get into real estate? How did you get here to KWB? Tell me all the things.
Yes. So I am a mom of 3. So I have KJ, who is actually a teenager, just turned 13, which is wild.
Oh.
I know. It's crazy because I don't think I'm old enough to have a teenager.
You're not.
But I am, let me tell you that. But then I have 2 girls, 10, about to be 11, 5th grade, Maya Rose, and then my little one who's 6, Mila Olive, who is in kindergarten.
All of the baby.
Yes, she is the baby. So she's honestly, I was pregnant with Mila when I moved to Charlotte.
Okay.
That was a big transition, so that's why I'm so passionate about relos.
Yeah.
Moving here to Charlotte was one of the best transition. Being a mom of 3, obviously COVID hit, so that took a big toll.
Where did you guys move from?
California.
Okay.
Born and raised in California.
West Coast girl.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
I
I'm
know.
West Coast girl too.
I love it.
I didn't know that.
That's why we get along.
I get it now.
Yeah.
So big change
Huge
coming to
change.
Charlotte.
Yeah, never been to Charlotte. Didn't know much about Charlotte. We kind of packed up and left. My husband got a job opportunity for Bank of America. And so I kind of got thrown into Charlotte, which I'm so grateful for because it's really my home. But yeah, being a mom, COVID changed a lot, shook a lot. During that time, I, knew I needed to go back to work once the world kind of opened up, and I was not willing to sacrifice being a mom and go behind a desk 9 to 5. That was just one of my non-negotiables. Was always intrigued in real estate, grew up in a real estate family. I said, let's do it. It's the best time. My little one kids were home right now, with the whole homeschooling and all that. Virtual learning that felt like homeschooling. So I decided to just start studying and
Get your license.
my test. And it was just, it felt right.
Yeah.
And I'm a big believer, and I just felt like it was the perfect thing for my family and I. And again, non-negotiable being present at home.
Yeah.
And I felt like real estate could elevate my family, take us to the next level, build my kids' future, but have their mom part of it.
Yeah, very cool. So that was, I guess, roughly 5 years you've been doing this then?
Yeah, a little over 4.5.
Okay.
Yeah, so I started roughly around January 2022.
Okay.
Got my license end of 2021, but I had a little one at home, and so I was treading lightly to kind of get my foot in real estate. I was coming into a really fast-paced market.
Yeah.
Didn't know anyone, right? I was new to Charlotte, and so I really just threw myself in there. I joined a KW in Fort Mill, which was a great beginning. Joined the whole team setting. That's kind of what I felt like I needed at the time. Yeah. But to be honest, it was probably the hardest year. To be honest, it was a lot of transition, a lot of mom guilt. Yeah. I was not producing. I was gone. And so that 1 year was a big pivot point in my success today because I quickly adjusted and I realized what works and what didn't work and my non-negotiables and, so.
Yeah. And it's so hard anyways to come in. I think there's this pretend world that we live in that it's HGTV and that you show 3 houses and I always say pop champagne at the end, right? Yeah. And it's not. It really is really hard to get into the business when you're starting to cultivate those relationships. What were you doing at first to kind of start the business? Because you're talking, like you say, long days, trying to get in the grind. And what were you doing at first, thinking this is how I was going to build my business?
Oh my God, yeah, I was doing everything. I was doing everything. And I was such, I'm a little bit about my background. I mean, I'm a D1 soccer player. Like I went to college, grew up in a very, competitive atmosphere. I'm a person of just let's grind.
Yeah.
But as I got older, my priorities had changed. And so motherhood, right? That's my everything. That's my why. This is why I work. And so I was doing everything where I felt like I just wasn't present in one and I wasn't succeeding in one. And that was such a hard fail as a mom. I'm away from my kids, but I'm not bringing anything home.
Right.
And
there's no reward, if you will, whether it's just
100%.
rewarding.
Yeah. And so I realized I was doing too much. I was forcing it. And what I'm good at relationships. I'm good at building those organic relationships. I was a new agent. I was not necessarily the most experienced. And let's be honest, I didn't know anything about Charlotte. I was new.
Yeah.
And so I quickly adjusted my mindset because that's huge. As a mom, I quickly adjusted my mindset and I quickly adjusted my priorities.
Yeah.
And so what I knew was not working was just doing it everything.
Yeah.
And when I was doing everything, if I was with my kids, I wasn't present. And if I was at work, I wasn't present because I was all over the place. Yeah. And so what I did was I took a step back. I realized I need to build relationships. I need to go back to the basics. And, I got really involved in my kids' school. I was very intentional about, being at sporting events. And it was not for real estate. It was for my heart. But organically, people started liking me, who I am. They asked me those questions, what I do. And they saw me. I mean, I'm running on the soccer field and I'm running out and I'm running in, but I'm there.
Yeah.
And my mindset just quickly shifted, and I think I allowed myself the grace, which as mothers, it's hard because we put so much pressure on ourselves. I think once I allowed myself that grace to slow down, it's not about the sale. It's not about the transaction. Yeah. It's not about those boards. It's not about the noise of everyone else. It's about what's my success and what is that going to look like.
A lot of noise out there.
Tons of noise.
A lot of noise out there. And so kudos to you for being able to do that and take that pause and go, what is it? Why did I get into real estate? What am I doing for my family? What does this look like, right?
Yeah.
I love the future casting too, when you can really say, like, why am I out doing all of this?
Oh my God, yes.
Really?
100%.
So you're doing good. You're like, okay, now I'm relationship based, really making those relationships because the whole city's new to you. Friends are new to you.
God.
All
Everything
of it
is new.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything. Yeah. I mean, I was driving around. I was really intentional when I was driving, looking at neighborhoods.
Yeah.
I was figuring it out. I was, I'm so grateful for my kids because they taught me a lot about the city and they introduced me to amazing people. But again, I never use my friendships, my relationships, business reasons. Like I just don't have that in me. I'm very pure-hearted in a sense of like, you're my friend because you're my friend.
Yeah.
Business comes second.
Yeah.
But, when you build those strong bonds and people want to support you because they want to support you, they will. And you don't have to ask for business. It just happens. And so, I think figuring out my why and getting into real estate was because I wanted to be present for my kids. I wanted to build a future for them. I wanted them to see that, moms could do it. Moms could be, drop off, pickups at home, at dinner time and field trips, but yet, be successful in whatever that successful is for you.
Yes.
Right. And that's the biggest thing.
That's huge.
And so for me, I realized early on in my career that this is my goals. This is what I need for my family, but this is what I need for what my children need from me. Yep. The big present part. So, going into 4.5 years, I'm very, I don't have the mommy guilt anymore, which is, wonderful. I think, as a mom, it's, because I really been able to be intentional with my time. And I'm not going to lie, like I told you earlier, I mean, I have 18-hour days sometimes. You have to grind and you have to be there for your clients because, you're in the business and every moment is urgent, every moment feels urgent, every moment is important, but you don't get this time back with your kids. And so if that means waking up early or staying up late when the kids are in bed to, get ahead of the next day because you have 2-3 hours blocked off for a field trip or 2-3 hours blocked off for, something kid related, then that's what I'm going to do. And I'm fine with it.
Yep. Somebody told me early on when it was time blocking.
Yeah.
I love how you brought up the calendar. My calendar actually became more purposeful.
Oh my God. Yes.
By actually just putting up more boundaries, which is crazy, right? Because let's just give for an example, your field trip example. If I have a field trip tomorrow, well, I can just say I have a 5 p.m. available tomorrow.
100%.
I don't tell them I'm at the field trip.
Oh my God, yes.
Right? It is still an appointment that you're being present at as a mom.
Oh,
right?
100%. I mean, listen, that's what fuels me, right? So my clients, honestly, the time with my kids is what's going to make me a better agent, right? And so it's so true. Like, I'm so intentional. I think that is why I want to say, like, my success is because I'm very intentional with my time. Yep. I mean, let's be honest, as a mom, we know our schedules for our kids. We know school drop-offs, pickups. We know their sporting events.
It's crazy. It's a lot.
Great, but
and I only have 2. You have 3.
I have 3.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. Like, to the point where, I'll be honest, like, you figure it out. But being intentional is so important because you know your calendar. Yeah. I know how many clients I could really take on that week and that month. And I'm an agent that, again, I'm not a transactional agent. So there are times where I know I'm not the right agent because I don't have that time since my family comes first, which is hard, but that's when you get a seasoned agent, you realize it's fine. You don't want to force a sale and you don't want to stress or you don't want to take away from your family. So having that set schedule, I work around my kids' schedule. I'm always in the car for real estate and being a mom. So a lot of my calling and checking up on I'm a big relationship with agents. And so that's a lot of my referral comes from. I'm always calling them during, soccer, for soccer drop-offs. Like I told you, I'll do my 2-hour walk mentally, but I'll call. That's my time. And so I always find time throughout the chaos to make sure that I'm doing what I need to do to be successful, but also very intentional. When it comes to the kids, I'm able to shut off.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, thank you.
So one question I always think about for moms when it becomes legacy.
Yeah.
So your kids look back later and they talk about how their mom worked.
Yeah.
And their mom was also there.
Yeah.
You're doing both.
Yeah.
What does that legacy look like for your kids when you look back and they talk about you as a mom, as a working mom, but also a mom that was there for everything? What does that look like for you?
Oh my God, that hits so hard, right? I get so emotional. Like my kids, they see me there. Like I'm there.
Yep.
Like I'm telling you, and that's why I don't have mommy guilt. But my kids say it to me all the time. Like they say these, those like really cool words that kids use nowadays. Like I don't even know what it means, so I'm not going to say it because it might mean something else. But they say those words like, "Mom, you are like you're doing it." Like they know I'm present and they see my success. I mean, they know they know when I go on a contract. They know when I get a listing. They know my buyers. Like they are part of this journey with me. And I tell them all the time, my clients know me so well where they know my kids. And so knowing that and being able to be present and them seeing my success, I mean, there's no words that could put how incredible, grateful, and blessed I am. But again, they're my reasons. And so, I'm just truly grateful for real estate. I think as a mom, there's not much careers out there where we could do both and be successful. And I think real estate's one of those careers that allows you. And I think those moms, to be honest, every mom that I speak to are successful because we're true to ourselves.
Yeah, I love that. And absolutely true.
Yeah.
Okay, so if people wanted to reach out to you, what is the best way? Is it email? Is it a cell phone? Go ahead and give it to us.
Oh my God, yeah.
How should they reach
call
out
me.
to you?
I told you this all the time. I have moms and friends and different brokers just call me all the time. I'm a huge supporter of moms. Like I'm here to support you. I'm the biggest cheerleader. It's not about competition, about collaboration. I was there. I get it. And I'll be honest, Theresa, and I want to say this to moms out there. We have our seasons. And today, I might be my winning season.
Right.
But guess what? The last 2 months, I didn't write one contract.
Yeah.
And I want to tell you, in those times, I used to feel really down my first year in real estate. And I realized that was just God telling me to spend more time with my kids.
Yeah.
Keep doing, right? Because if you're keeping consistent, the business will come. But don't stress about that. Take that as a gift from God to slow down, be more present. Yeah. And when it's time to grind, you don't feel that mommy guilt because you know what? It's balancing.
That's right. It's just a season.
Anyways, I'm just passionate about the seasons. But for all moms out there, anytime you need just a pick me up or some advice or just somebody to call, 925-200-9662. Awesome. Call me, text me, whatever.
You're so kind.
Oh, I thank you,
I know there'll be some ladies that want to reach out. Thank you for sharing and just being honest and vulnerable as a mom.
Thank you,
Theresa. Because you're doing a lot.
Well, I appreciate you. I have to say, like I tell you all the time, you are such an inspiration in this market center. You are a leader, you're an amazing mom, and you're just killing in the real estate world. So thank you for setting that bar high for all of us.
Thank you.